Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, Matt. Can you hear me? Well, hello. Can you hear me? Hello. All right. I think we can just get started. All right. We'll get started. All right. So I have an iPhone 8 Plus today, and we're going to be doing a screen change. All right. So I actually bought this from Amazon. I bought this screen from Amazon. Like the last one that we did, the 7 Plus, it comes with the tools as well. The only tool that did not come in the package was this one. But I just have this for security in case these tools do not work out too good. So I end up using my backup tool here because it's much stronger. It's better quality. These are like one-time use. So there is actually 4 of them. So this is for the bottom of the phone. There's like 2 screws at the bottom, pentlobe screws, and this is like a regular style, and this is for the sides of your screen. Okay. All right. We have everything we need here. We're gonna start at the bottom. There's 2 screws at the bottom. There are 2 screws at the bottom. So we're gonna get rid of those first. Okay. There we go. All right. I usually like to have a little magnet so I don't lose the screws. So I'll use that. All right. So when you get to this part, be very careful when you're lifting up the screen. You don't want to damage any of the cables. You don't want to damage your camera cable. You don't want to damage your LCD cable. Alright, this comes with a little suction cup. We could make use of that. Alright, so just pull gently on the screen a few times. When it starts to lift up, you can use a tool, or you can just go like that. Do it again. Be very gentle, like I was saying. Okay, a little bit of effort. So it's starting to lift up. If you don't have anything sharp, you can actually just use nails if you have nails and just go around the screen, making sure not to do any sudden movements. Okay, so just go around the frame slowly. Let the screen lift up on its own. Don't force it. Okay. What else can we use here? What else did they send us? Alright, now we're gonna have to work with what we have. Alright. Actually, let me shut off the phone. That's the first thing I should have done. Alright, so it's off. Okay. Alright, so it's starting to lift up a little bit. The screen is lifting up. Just go around like that. It's much easier if the phone has been opened before. It's much easier to open it the second time. If it has never been opened, it's like very tight because it's water resistant. So I think this has never been opened. Alright, so this is loose now. So when you lift up this screen, pull it back towards you a little bit and just shake it out of the frame, and then lift it to your right, because the cables, your screen cables and your camera cables are on the right side. So just lift it gently to the right side like that. Okay, so now don't make still, we are not out of the hood yet, so we don't want to break anything. So look for we're gonna disconnect the battery first. I always like to disconnect the battery so there's no power to the unit while they're working on it. So on the A+, these are just regular Phillips screws. So they're okay, that's not gonna work. Let's try the other one. Did they send me used tools here? What is going on? So that should work. Alright, I have this magnetic surface that I purchased, that I was sent with a purchase that I made some time ago. So I just keep this handy here so I can put all the screws in order. It's for a 6+, but it should work. I also have a magnet. Alright, so where is my magnet now? Where did I put the magnet? The magnet is right here. Okay. So just remember, actually, you know what I'm gonna do to make things easy? I'm going to put these screws over here, and then the screws for the screen will go on that side. So I'll just put these on the speaker. That's your speaker right there. So we got one out. Let's try another one. What kind of tools did they send me? These tools are not doing the job. Brand new tools not working. Alright, but they're all Phillips, so if you have another Phillips, just grab another Phillips. That's what I'm about to do right now, because these cheap tools they sent me are not working properly. I'll be right back. Let me get my own tools. Alright, so we're gonna use this batch. There's another batch here. Hopefully these are in good, better condition. Alright, those look pretty good. Okay, we'll use these tools instead. Okay. Alright. Alright. So like I was saying, just gonna put these screws for the battery that cover the battery and the LCD cables. We're just gonna put them right here on the speaker. This speaker is magnetic. This is your speaker right here. So we'll just put all the tools all the screws right there for now. Okay, so just one more. Okay. So all the screws are off. Apologize for the cheap tools. Gotta have the right tools to do it properly. Alright, so we've uncovered the cables for the screen and the cables and the battery. So this is your battery. Just disconnect it right there first. Make sure the unit has no power. You can use your nail if you have nails, or use a tool. Make sure you don't short your logic board down. Alright, so that is now disconnected. So now we have a little bit of play in the screen. We have more room to work with. The next thing you're gonna do is we're gonna remove the covers for this covers your this is your camera, your rear camera, and that's your front camera cable right there. Okay, so it's just 2 screws. There's 4 total. Is it 4? Yeah, there's 4 total screws over there. Alright, just remember where these go. Alright, so we're gonna put that right there, and we'll put the cover with those screws so we remember where they go. Okay, so that should come. Alright, we have 1 more screw to take off. 2 more actually. Okay, so we'll put them back in that exact order. Alright, this should come out. Yeah, not gonna force it. Let's leave it like that for now. Let's take out the last screw in the corner. And now these 2 covers for your rear camera and your front camera loose. So take off those 2 covers and put them next to the screws that they go with. Oh, hi, beauty. Welcome to my live. Thank you for stopping by. Alright, I'll be right with you guys. Okay. Alright, and we're back. So, we have taken out the battery connector, we've taken out the two cables that connect to the battery, and we've taken out the covers for the rear camera and the front camera. So, we're just going to disconnect the front camera. Alright, right now we're going to put this on the side, we don't need that. So, we are going to start transferring all the parts from this old screen onto here. So we're going to transfer the camera and we're going to transfer the home button. Okay. Alright. Can start at the bottom. Okay, so there are 4 screws that hold your home button in place here on the iPhone 8 Plus. Okay, just one more, and that button should be loose. Alright, just remember to put them in order, put the screws in order. Makes things easier when you're done, when you want to put things back together. Alright, put a nail or a tool underneath that home button connector. Now it's loose, and we need something we can use to go under the, we don't want to damage the home button. Let's see what we have in this bag that we were sent, if there's anything that we can use. If not, then we'll find something. Alright, let's try and use this. Just go under the home button. Just be gentle as possible. If it's not working on that side, try on the other side. Just be careful not to rip the home button. You don't want to damage it. Okay, it's coming off. It's lifting up from the frame. Just do that very gently, please. Okay. Oh, it's loose. Alright. And then once it's loose, just push it through. And there you go. It's out. Okay. So we're going to put our home button right there. We have one more screw here. Just regular Phillips. Why is it not coming up? Alright, so that's just a regular Phillips for the last screw. Okay. Alright, so we got the home button out. The next step we're going to do is to take out all the screws from the frame. Okay. So just put them in order. I like this magnetic pad. It has dots on it and lines on it. I can just put this stuff in order, and so it's gonna be easier to put everything back together. Alright, so we got 2 out. Going for the third one. Alright. There's 2 on this side. 2 more screws on this side. I apologize for I think my tools are wearing out. I need a new supply of tools here. The ones they sent me in the bag are not that great. They look like they've been used or something. They won't even make the screws move. Okay. Alright, here we go. So we got all the screws out from the sides. Alright, next part is we are going to take out the screws that hold the front camera and the earpiece. There are 4 screws here. I think we have enough screws on that pad now. We don't want to mix up anything. So there are 4 screws. We have 2 out so far. I'm going to take out the other 2. And there's one that was hiding, so it's actually 5. There's one more on this side. There's 4 or 5. That's 4. That's 5. Alright, so you can see the other one. Alright, so this came out in that order. And now you can lift up the camera. Your earpiece is out. Okay, so it looks like the new screen that we received does not have this piece for the camera to hold your camera in place, this plastic part. So we're gonna try and take it out from the old screen. I just push it out and place it into the new screen like that. Okay. Alright, so they're looking pretty good. The next part is we are going to take out the proximity sensor. The proximity sensor and the camera are actually just one unit. Just be gentle. Just push it out gently. Don't break it. I mean, your phone will still work without a working proximity sensor, but it's just annoying when you put it to your face. Your phone is going to still be on, but when your sensor is working, when you put the phone to your face, the screen should turn off. Alright, I'm gonna try and get in there the best, safest way possible. Let's take this out. Okay. Alright, let's go back to taking this camera out. Alright, just get in there. Just get underneath it. It's held by some adhesive, so you just want to get in there gently. Don't break anything. If you can. Okay. Okay. Just trying to do. Just bear with me. It's not as tough as I'm just trying to make sure I don't break anything. Let me teach you how to break this. Okay. So I'm underneath it now. Okay. Alright. It's loose on that side. It's not so complicated. Just tricky. Alright. Alright, everything is loose now. Okay. They should lift out. Okay. Alright, everything is loose now. Lift it out. Okay. It's out. Alright. That was not pretty, but it's out. Okay. Alright, so next part is we wanna transfer your camera and your proximity sensor to this new screen. Okay. So I bought this on Amazon. If you're wondering, you can get these screens on Amazon and eBay. Some people leave this little plastic on here. I'm just gonna take this out. Doesn't actually affect anything, but just be gentle as you're taking this out. Okay, that's done. I think I'm gonna put this in first. So I'm gonna feed these cables through here. Alright. And just line up all the holes. And then just pull this up a little bit. And what stuff there's the plastic that covers. Okay. Where was I? Alright, so we're gonna put the home button back in there. I'm like a drunk sailor today. Alright, the home button is in place. Come on, okay. And now we're going to just make sure it's in place before you close it up. So there's a little, so this is your home button, right? Let me show you on the old one. So there's a little connector that comes already on the screen, this one. So you just want to make sure that the cable from your home button will flip over and close on top of that. So that's what we're about to do. So make sure this is in place, and then just cover it, flip it and cover it. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times. It's a little tricky. Alright. When it's in place, you can feel it. You can feel it make like a clicking noise. Excuse me. Alright, it's not gonna work for me. Alright, let's try another way. Yeah, there's not a lot of space to work in there. Just gotta feel around until the contacts meet. Alright, I thought I had it. Let's see. It's not as complicated as as it's looking right now. It's just a matter of closing this, putting the. Did we get it? Well, thank you all for coming to the live stream. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm gonna get it. Okay. Put it down. Close it. Now don't be scared of doing it because I'm failing. You can do it. It's just a matter of lining these up and closing them. Did I say 3 times? I meant 10 times. I said it was going to take 3 times to do it. This one button is not cooperating with me today. It will not close. I'm sure I have the right screen. It's just it never gets easier. It's just I had this problem last time. Okay. I thought I had it. I had it snap. I had it falling into place. What happened? It came out again. Alright, someone needs to buy a microscope so they can see better. Come on. Okay. We have succeeded. We have won. Okay. Gigabyte family, we have won. Okay. So the home button is in place and it's closed. Now we just need to put back the cover for the home button here, and this had how many screws? I believe it was 4 screws, and they are in order. At least we did that properly. Then put the screws in order. Alright, so 1, here we go. And 2. We're on the 3rd one. Oh, we're on a roll here. At least we know how to do the screws, right? At least we know how to use a screwdriver. Oh man, guys, if I'm not responding to your messages, I'm sorry. I can't type and work at the same time. But welcome to my live stream. All right, so the home button is in place. I always do this. Just push the cables a little bit to the top. I'll explain why. Because when you put your screen back into place, there's like a little space between your screen connectors here and the speaker. So it's like right there. If you don't have this pushed up all the way, when you close this up, it's going to push against the speaker here, and you're going to see that there might be like what looks like a burn mark on your screen. Burn mark, BURN. So just make sure you push those to the top a little bit. Make sure that they're in the right place. All right. So the next part, this should not take an hour like we've taken today. It should take 30 minutes or less. All right. And then now we just put the screws back in place. Alright, we need that magnet now. Makes it easy to pick up these screws. Alright. So I believe we have 3 on one side and we have 2 on the other side. Right. Okay. So we got 1 more on this side and then 2 on the other side. CC. Hi CC, welcome to my live. It's not a lot of work, it's just having the right tools. And yeah, this is, if you do it a few times, it actually becomes easier. Thank you for coming to my live, CC. Update with CC. Oh. Let's it looks like that's not going in properly, so we're just gonna take it out and put the other one in. Okay. Alright, 1, 2, 3. One more this side. Alright. And we're having an issue on this side. Let's fix this right now before we go further. Okay, perfect. Alright, so now we just need to go here and work on our camera, and then we're done. Alright, be right back. Let me try and see if I can multitask, read the comments while I'm working. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Okay, that's much better. I'm back. We have Beauty by Faye. We have Matt M. And who else is here? Update with CC. Alright, so we got 7 people in the house. Alright. Alright, so we have done that. Now we're going to put the camera in. Remember the little lens here, which was not on the new screen. That goes right here and that's in place. Okay, and the next part now is just laying that camera down, and it's a camera, proximity sensor, and your speaker, your earpiece. All right, just be gentle. Okay. All right. Everything is in place. Now, remember to just flip the camera. Actually, put the earpiece in first. So that's your earpiece. There's like 4 contacts on there. These contacts line with the contacts line up with these contacts on. Okay. So they line up with the camera flex cable. Alright. Trust me, it's not as complicated as it looks. It's pretty easy. If you do it a few times, just... Alright. And then the camera goes in there. Okay. And now your screws can start coming. Okay. Alright, so just hold that with one finger and start grabbing your screws. So we had 5 screws holding this, and we have put them in order. And we're going to start grabbing them. Again, thanks to everybody for coming to my live stream. We have 7 people in the house. I know you guys are busy, but thank you for taking the time to come. Spend some time with me. Alright, so the hard stuff is now past us. Everything is just now easy. Just putting everything back together is much easier. Because at least we know where everything goes, right? So just 2 more screws here. The trick is just to make sure that you're putting the screws in order when you're taking it off. Because if you have the wrong screw in the wrong place, then everything else is messed up. So you just want to keep your screws in order. Okay. Done. So the next part now is to grab your phone. I'm going to leave this here because I think it's holding these LCD cables in place. So I'll just leave it in there. It doesn't really affect anything. Alright, so make sure it's disconnected. Yeah, we disconnected the battery a while back. So just want to make sure there's no power while we are doing this. That the cable did not fall into. Alright, so one cable is in. You can feel them actually snapping into place. Okay. Just gotta get a feel for it. Okay, you can hear a little, I don't know if you heard that noise, a little snap. It's just the cables going into where they're supposed to be. I should have actually done the front camera first, but it's okay. Let me do the camera first. Sorry. Alright, so this is a little tricky. So, but it's long. There's enough cable to play around with. So it goes in like that. I know it looks a little funky, but it's fine. That's the way it goes in. And then now you can. Your camera is in place. Let's cover this camera and then come back. How's that? That's a better idea. That's a better idea. So grab the first metal plate that covers your rear camera. and start grabbing the screws. And just start dropping and everything in there. I just noticed something. I think this is my third iPhone 8 Plus here. Forgive me. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in now. Okay, there we go. Alright, and drop the next screw in. So this plate, the one that I'm working on now, that holds your cable for the front camera, and then 2 more screws and we're done with the camera side of it. 3rd screw, 1 more screw, okay, cool. Alright, so your cameras are both connected. Now you're gonna work on your LCD cables. Alright. Keep on getting scared like the battery reconnected itself. Alright, we don't want the battery to reconnect itself and shut our motherboard. Okay, now we can connect the battery. All the cables have been connected. Come on, just fall in there. Don't be stubborn. Alright, the battery is in place. We're gonna do a quick test before we close this up. Make sure everything is working with our fingers crossed. So let's turn this on. Come on, turn on, baby. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give it power. Maybe there's no power. Alright, there we go. Okay, we are back in business. Alright, so it looks like it's working. Your home button. Let's see if the home button is working. Alright, we're gonna power it down and then finish off putting all the screws in place and then cover it up. Okay. Yes, putting back the screws is the easiest part, Sissy. Alright. So we have 1 long screw. We gotta make sure that the long screw goes in the right place. And alright, so the long screw goes right here at the bottom. Okay. And then we got 3 more. Okay, these are all Phillips heads, so let's use the Phillips screwdriver, make things easier. We need that magnet. very smart. So just two more screws and then we're done. All right. Just one more screw to go. Yeah, you see me holding it like this is because I don't want to break the cables that for the screen. That's why I'm holding it at an angle like this. And let's push away the magnet a little bit. All right, the last screw is in. I've already tested. All right, now we're gonna close it up. So there's some adhesive on here on this. You can wipe it off later. So to close it up, just line up everything here at the top and then just start pressing down. You're going to hear some clicks. You can feel it falling into the housing. Okay. And now there's two pentlobe screws at the bottom. I'm gonna grab a pentlobe screwdriver here and put those in. Okay. And one more. And we're done. All right. Just make sure there's no excess adhesive. Make sure everything is lined up properly. Turn it on again. All right. That home button is a little. The power button is a little stubborn, huh? Okay. What's another way to do it? You can just turn it on this. Okay. All right, so everything is up and running. Just give it a few seconds. So this is our broken screen. Let's try it now. So there we go. Everything's working. Wi-Fi. Home button is working. There's no SIM card in this phone. I wish we could make a call and test, but everything should be back to work. All right, well, thank you for stopping by to spend some time with me on this live stream. Hopefully we can make another live stream very soon. Thank you, Cici. Update with Cici. And thank you, Matt M. Thank you, Beauty, if you're still here. Thank you all. Let's do it again soon. Thank you. Good night.